Hey everyone, Jared James here, and welcome to episode 82 of the Jared James Show. As always, guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoy this, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below. We'll talk about what I want those comments to be later. Subscribe, turn on those notifications, and share it with someone you think would benefit from this. This is one of those episodes where you're probably going to want to share it at your office meeting or with your other agents and that stuff because, you know, I forget exactly what we titled this, but it's something like, do you believe the lie that there's low inventory in real estate? You know, if we've learned anything over the last couple of years, whether it's through the news media or whether it's through whatever, it's that everyone believes that if you say things enough time, that it eventually becomes true, right? If you say things enough times, eventually it becomes true. If you just keep saying it, keep saying it, keep saying it, it makes it true. And one of the things that has been said in our industry over and over and over, whether you're in real estate, whether you're a buyer, whether you're a seller, I was in front of an audience the other day, 3,000 agents, like professionals, people who are actually in this industry. I said, who believes there's low inventory? Every single hand goes up. And that scares me. Because I've been saying for over a year now, we do not have low inventory. What we have is high demand. What we have at this moment right now is 1.7 months of inventory, which is extremely low, okay? So we know that anything less than 6 to 7 months is a seller market, 6 to 7 months is about healthy, and then 7 months is up is a buyer's market. We're at 1.7 months. And because everybody's having difficulty getting a listing, instead of looking at the side of the equation we should be looking at, which is extremely high demand, we just go low inventory, low inventory. You know, but as my buddy Nick always says, inventory is only low when you don't have the listings, you know? What really happened during COVID that nobody's paying attention to is, if you think about it, it's kind of like a dog track where you've got those 5 dogs lined up on the track and they've got the gate down and they got one rabbit out on the track. And they're all waiting for that gate to lift up. And when COVID hit, the gate didn't lift, but they just kept adding dogs, right? That's buyers. And they didn't add any more rabbits, which is sellers, okay? And so what you did was you created record high demand, but everybody's calling it inventory. And you know how I know this is true? NAR, the National Association of Realtors, just released a stat, and they said that in 2021, we had 6.125 million home sales. Think about that. 6,125,000 home sales, the highest in 15 years, right? Record highs. Tell me something if you're watching this and you've been repeating to everybody that we have low inventory, low inventory. How do you have low inventory? How do you have record number of sales if you have low inventory? How do you do that? How do you have a record number of sales? There wouldn't be homes to sell. Now, they are getting off the market at record pace, no doubt about it. There is a record amount of demand, but how do you have a record number of sales if there's low inventory? It's not possible, okay? And so the point is, there's listings out there, but who are they for, right? Who's getting them? Listings, inventory is only low when you don't have the listings. And so we keep repeating this over and over again to the marketplace. The news keeps repeating this over and over again to the marketplace. And there's some things we've got to just stop saying, okay? For example, we got to stop saying there's low inventory because that's not true. But we also have got to stop saying things like, this is a crazy market. It's a crazy market. Guys, when things are crazy, people don't react well. They do stupid things. They don't feel like they have any control at all, right? It doesn't make me feel like I need you as a professional, right? This is not a crazy market. This is a complicated market. That's a different word, right? So when we're talking to our potential buyers and such, we're like, this is a complicated market. Because a complicated market means that I need a professional. It means I need someone to guide me and steer me through during this time. But a crazy market means it's the Wild West. It doesn't matter who you are. Just throw it out there and let's see what happens. And that is not what we want to be giving off to the marketplace when we are trying to position ourselves as professionals, right? And there are certain things we want to get across to buyers, no doubt about it, right? You know, I am starting to hear, you know, I answer all of my DMs, my direct messages, and Instagram and TikTok now and Facebook and Snapchat and all these different places, the messages on YouTube, the comments. And I do that because I want to hear what's going on all over the world, right? Like, are things starting to shift? And obviously, we've been seeing interest rates go up. And we've seen prices kind of still going up, but probably not at the rate that they're going to. And we need to make sure that our buyers understand that while many of you have been messaging me and telling me that you're getting less offers in your area, which makes sense, guys. You know, if the same price home cost $2,000 a couple months ago and it now costs $2,500, that's what's going to happen. And we are hitting a time frame right now where, yes, they still need to come correct, so to say. They still need to come strong. They still need to be pre-approved. They still need to know what they need to do to get their offers accepted, which, by the way, is the next topic we'll be covering in our virtual coaching course for all of you that are in that. That's going to be the next thing, is how do we get our offers accepted? But on top of that, we need to make sure that our buyers understand that we are about to hit a time frame right now where if they're holding off because they're afraid that the market's about to crash or something. Guys, this market is not about to crash. But what is going to happen is the same property today, if it doesn't appreciate the way it's been appreciating lately, even if it stays the same over the next couple of months, when mortgage rates increase, they're going to pay more for that home in 2 months than they would have paid now. And when you take that amortized schedule over 30 years, they're going to pay a lot more than they're paying right now when you start to look at the actual numbers of it and what that looks like and everything else. So at the end of the day, we've got to look at this and we've got to say, hey, are we professionals or are we amateurs? Are we allowing everybody else to tell us what we're supposed to think about the market? Are we allowing other people to tell us that it is a crazy market right now and we're buying into those kinds of things? Or are we actually looking at it and understanding that it's a complicated market, which is why you need us more than ever right now, which is why you need a professional by your side, which means that you need your skill set down, because we are hitting an area of the market now where fundamentals are going to matter, right? Negotiation's going to matter. How consistent you are. You've heard me say over and over again, consistency is undefeated, right? We're going to talk about that at the Advance, the Jared James Advance in October in Nashville. I hope you all are coming, right? And we're going to talk about these things and what it means in today's marketplace and stop buying into all this outside noise. How many times have you guys heard me say very successful people, they learn to make the world quiet around them. They don't just buy into what everybody else is saying. They learn to make the world quiet. And this is a moment where we really need to do that, not only for the benefit of ourselves and getting listings into our camp, but also for the benefit of our buyers and our consumers and the sellers we work with, because we aren't the person that just works with them because it's a crazy market. We're the professional they need because it is a complicated market right now. And those are two different things. So guys, please, no more of this crazy market nonsense. It's a complicated market. No more of this, it's low inventory. What does that do for you when you're trying to get listings and you believe there's none to be had, when technically there were a record number of them to be had? It's just a matter of who was actually getting them. Don't lose before you ever begin because your mentality says there's nothing there to be had, right? Don't go out fishing, never put a worm on the hook because you're like, well, there's no fish in there. If you believe there's no fish in there, you're not going to go for it. There's more than ever, but they're for the right people, for the people who have the right mentality, and for the people who understand that consistency is undefeated. And we need to understand right now that you don't have a record number of sales by having low inventory. We need to be professionals and not amateurs right now, okay? Guys, I would love to hear from you in your marketplace because we've got listeners all over the world right now. What are you seeing in your marketplace? Are you seeing less offers? Are you seeing the same? Are you seeing any kind of a slowdown? Are you seeing an increase? Are you seeing, buyer frustration? Or what are you seeing in your marketplace? I would love for you to post that below in the comments and let us know exactly where you're from. City, state, province, country, wherever it is that you're coming in from. I want to hear from you and see exactly what's going on in your area. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this, it'll take half a second. Give it a thumbs up, comment below, make sure you're subscribed. We've got more content like this coming out, and this is one you need to share with your fellow professionals, not amateurs. Listen to these at your sales meetings. Make sure we're connected. Go to connectwithjared.com. Connect on all the platforms, Instagram, doing a ton on TikTok now, YouTube obviously, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, all of these places, guys. Make sure you're on there. I love how many of you are watching or listening to the podcast as well. Got a couple more of those coming out. But thank you for watching, guys. I hope this was helpful. And hopefully, I'll see you, if not at a live event soon that I was hired to be at, we'll see you at the Jared James Advance in October in Nashville. It's going to rock, guys. Get your tickets. Going to sell out. We'll see you there.